All right, let's dive into this whole attraction thing. You know that spark when someone just stands out?
Yeah.
We found this video. It's kind of fun, actually. It's
Yeah.
all about helping people get noticed by their crush. Lots of advice.
Okay.
But we're not going to just list tips. We're going deeper.
Uh-huh.
Like, why do these things work? What's the psychology behind it?
That's what I love.
Why?
Attraction is so complex.
Yeah.
It's not just what you see, right?
No.
It's how you present yourself.
Yeah.
The signals you give off and how people read those signals.
Exactly. And as we go through this, think about your own experiences. Have you seen this stuff in action? Does it ring true? The video starts right out with dressing to impress,
Okay.
which I get, it sounds kind of surface level,
Yeah.
but they make a point about those first few seconds when someone sees you.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, that sets the tone.
Oh, first impressions.
Yeah.
They happen so fast, like milliseconds. And visuals. Huge.
It's true.
Before someone even speaks.
Yeah.
You've already made up your mind about them based on how they look.
So it's not about fitting into some, I don't know, generic attractive mold, right?
Right.
The video stresses being authentic. Like, your clothes should be you.
And that's where we get into signaling theory. Have you heard of that?
I have, yeah.
Basically the idea that we communicate things
Yeah.
without even realizing it through how we present ourselves.
Uh-huh.
So if you dress in a way that feels true to you, you project confidence.
Makes sense.
And confidence. That's attractive.
So it's
No
like
matter who you are.
looking good can boost your confidence,
Correct.
which makes you more attractive.
It's like
a
a-
cycle.
Exactly. A
Yeah.
feedback loop.
Yeah. But it's not just clothes, right? They talk about grooming too. Hair, even clean nails. It's the whole package.
It is. Because those things show you care about yourself.
Yeah.
It's like saying, hey, I value myself.
Right.
And that can be really attractive to others.
Totally. Shows attention to detail, self-respect, all that.
Qualities that go way beyond just looks.
Okay, so first impression, nailed. What's next? This video talks about finding common ground, figuring out what your crush is into, and if you share any of those interests.
This is tapping into the similarity attraction effect. Have you ever noticed that?
I have, yeah.
We're drawn to people who are like us.
Yeah. Why is that, though? Is it just having things to talk about?
It's deeper, I think. It validates our own beliefs and views,
Yeah.
like subconscious reinforcement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. But the video is very clear. Don't fake it.
Oh, please no.
Like, don't pretend to love something just because your crush does. Have you ever been in that situation where someone's clearly faking it?
Oh, it's so awkward.
Oh, worse.
You can always tell, and it backfires
Right.
because you can't keep it up forever.
Exactly.
Real connections, they come from actually sharing passions.
So it's about finding those overlaps that are genuine.
Yes. Wouldn't you rather be with someone who likes you for you?
100%. Okay, so we've got looking good. We've got shared interests. But there's more, right?
There's always more.
This video then says show kindness and empathy. It's about going beyond the surface.
I love that. And that's where emotional intelligence comes in,
Yeah.
big time.
Right?
Understanding someone's feelings and responding to them.
Yeah.
That builds a real connection.
Oh, yeah.
It shows you actually care about them
It's
as
a
a person.
Not just as a potential date.
Right, exactly.
And the video has this great tip. Like, if your crush is having a bad day, don't jump in trying to solve their problems. Just listen.
Oh, yes. Active listening.
That's
So
great.
important.
Let him know you get it.
Without needing to fix everything,
Mm.
it shows respect. It shows maturity.
So attractive.
Incredibly attractive.
Yeah.
It means you're not just focused on yourself, you're genuinely interested in their well-being.
Okay, so we've got the looks, the common ground, the empathy. What's next? They call it give her a glimpse of dating you.
Ooh, I like that.
Sounds a little, I don't know, mysterious.
Well, it's all about self-presentation.
Really?
We all do it, especially when we like someone.
Yeah, true.
It's like you're giving them a sneak peek of what it would be like to actually be with you.
Okay. Yeah, and they use the example of social media. Like, if you're into cooking, post pictures of your amazing food.
I see, yeah.
If you hike, share photos from your adventures.
Makes sense. It lets them see a little bit of your world,
Yeah.
even if you haven't talked about it directly.
Right. It
Yeah.
sparks that curiosity.
Exactly. But again, gotta be genuine.
Of course.
Don't create some fake persona
Yeah.
just to impress them.
No.
I want to attract someone who likes the real you.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so up to now, it's all been about putting yourself out there. But then the video flips it and talks about respect her space, knowing when to back off, give them room to breathe.
Very important.
I think we've all met that person who's just too much. too intense.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa.
Overwhelming.
Yeah, this part of the video, it talks about the psychological need for autonomy. Like, everyone needs space.
We all do, to process, to just be.
Yeah.
Right.
And it shows maturity when you respect that.
It does. Big time. Self-awareness, too huge in any healthy relationship.
And they make this great analogies like a buffet. Okay. You don't pile your plate with everything at once. You take small portions. You go back for more if you want.
It's about pacing yourself,
Yeah.
not overwhelming the other person.
Not smothering them.
Right. And, you know, when you respect someone's space, it shows you're confident in yourself.
That's a good point.
You don't need constant validation or attention, which can actually be a really attractive quality.
Yeah. It's like you're secure, you're not clingy.
Exactly. Okay, so we've talked about how we present ourselves, right? Both physically and emotionally.
Right.
But there's another big piece to this attraction puzzle we haven't touched on yet.
Which is?
Body language.
Ah, yes. The unspoken cues.
Powerful stuff.
Yeah.
Even though we're often not aware of it, it has a huge impact on how we see each other.
So what does the video say about that?
Well, they highlight a few key things: eye contact,
Okay.
posture, and just being present
Yeah.
when you're interacting with your crush.
It's like showing you're actually engaged in what they're saying.
Exactly. Think about it. How do you feel when someone's on their phone the whole time you're talking?
Oh, it's the worst. It's like, hello, I'm right here.
Right. It's insulting.
It is.
It's like saying, you're not important to me.
Exactly.
And that can really hurt, especially early on when you're trying to build that connection.
But when you are present,
It's powerful.
yeah.
It shows respect. It makes the other person feel valued.
Like you're saying, hey, I'm here with you in this moment.
Yes. And that can create a real sense of intimacy, even in a short interaction.
Okay, so we've got all this advice about how to put your best foot forward. But let's be real, putting yourself out there, it can be scary.
It can be terrifying. What if you get rejected?
Yeah, exactly. And that's actually the video's final point. Don't fear rejection.
Oh, I love that rejection is part of life. It's inevitable, especially in dating.
It is.
And it's not a personal failure. It's often just a matter of incompatibility.
You're right. It's like not everyone's going to be your cup of tea,
Yeah.
and vice versa. And the video really encourages you. Take the chance. Don't just sit there wondering, what if?
It's better to know than to always wonder.
Yeah. Have you ever regretted not going for it?
Oh, absolutely. We all had at some point.
Yeah, me too. But every experience, even rejection, can teach us something
It can. It helps you understand yourself better.
and refine your approach.
Exactly. So rejection, it's not a setback
It's like a step on the path.
to finding someone who's truly right for you, someone who appreciates you for you.
I love that. So this video has given us a lot to think about when it comes to understanding attraction. From those first impressions to handling rejection, it's like a roadmap,
It is a guide to navigating all the complexities.
for sure. So what stands out to you as the most important takeaway?
Honestly, I think it's that overarching theme of authenticity.
Yeah.
It's about being genuine in how you
Mhm.
present yourself,
Mm.
the connections you seek,
Yeah.
and even how you deal with setbacks.
Because ultimately, attraction is about connecting with someone who gets you.
Yes. Who appreciates you for you.
Exactly. And, you know, this makes me wonder, is there a link between our attachment style and how we approach attraction?
Ooh, that's interesting. You're thinking, like, do our past relationships influence who we're drawn to?
Exactly.
That's a great question.
Hmm.
And it actually ties in perfectly with what the video is saying about emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
Because knowing your attachment style can be so insightful.
In what way?
It helps you see patterns in your relationships
Oh, interesting.
and make better choices about who you're attracted to.
So let's say someone knows their attachment style and they're trying to attract a partner who fits their needs.
Yeah.
What does this video say about navigating those early stages?
Well, they talk a lot about genuine compliments,
Oh, okay.
which is a great place to start.
Yeah.
It's not about flattery, right?
Right.
It's about seeing something you genuinely admire in the other person and telling them.
And they actually call out generic compliments, like, you look nice,
Oh, yeah?
as being less effective than more specific observations. Like, instead of, that's a great outfit, you could say, that color really brings out your eyes.
That's a great example.
Yeah.
Because it shows you're paying attention to the details.
You're not just throwing out any old compliment.
Exactly. It's a
Yeah.
deeper level of engagement. And it goes back to what we were saying about emotional intelligence.
It's like you're picking up on those little cues
Yes.
and acknowledging them, which can be really flattering.
It can.
And speaking of cues, This video has some interesting thoughts on social media
Oh, how so?
and how it plays into attraction.
Okay, yeah, social media, it can be a powerful tool, but it's a double-edged sword.
For sure, they talk about using it to showcase your hobbies and passions.
Right.
Like if you're a great cook, you post pictures of your food.
I love that.
If you're into music, you share about concerts you go to.
It's like giving them a glimpse into your world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even if you haven't had a chance to tell them directly.
It can spark conversations. It piques their interest.
But again, authenticity is key.
Always.
Don't create this fake persona online.
No way. You
Yep.
want to attract someone who likes the real you.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so let's say you've done all this. You're dressing well. You're giving genuine compliments. You're even using social media strategically.
Mhm.
What's the next move?
This is where the video gets really smart.
Mm-hmm.
They say, don't come on too strong.
Oh, okay.
Respecting her space is essential.
It's all about balance.
It is. They use that analogy of the buffet again.
Yeah.
You don't want to overload your plate.
Right.
You take a little bit. You savor it.
Less is more.
Exactly. You give them enough to be interested, but not so much that they feel overwhelmed.
Like you're suffocating them.
Right. Think about it. How do you feel when someone's constantly in your face, demanding your attention all the time?
Oh, it's exhausting. It's a turnoff for sure.
It is. It shows a lack of respect for boundaries.
Exactly. And respecting someone's space, it's not just physical distance either, right?
No, it's emotional too.
Yeah.
It's recognizing that everyone processes things differently,
At their own pace.
giving them the space
Yeah.
to be themselves,
Yeah.
to share or not share as they feel comfortable.
That's a sign of real understanding.
It is. And it ties back to that emotional intelligence we were talking about.
It's all connected.
It is. It's about creating a dynamic where both people feel safe and respected,
To be themselves.
which is the foundation
Yeah.
for a genuine connection.
So we've talked about verbal communication, nonverbal communication, but this video also talks about just being present.
Oh, yes.
What does that look like when it comes to attraction?
It means giving the other person your undivided attention,
Okay.
really listening to them, making them feel seen and heard.
Like they're the only person in the room.
Exactly. Put away the distractions.
Right. No fight.
Make eye contact. Be engaged in what they're saying.
Because think about how it feels when someone's constantly checking their phone while you're talking.
Oh, so rude.
It's like they're saying, you're not that important to me.
It's hurtful.
Especially when you're trying to build a connection.
Right. It's a missed opportunity.
It is. But when you are present,
Mm-hmm.
it shows you care.
Yes. You're able to pick up on those subtle cues
The little things.
that can tell you so much about how someone's feeling.
It allows for a deeper understanding.
It creates a sense of intimacy.
So it's not just physically being there, it's about being emotionally present too.
Exactly. Tuning into their emotions.
And responding in a way that makes them feel heard.
Yes. That kind of attentiveness can be incredibly attractive.
Because it makes them feel special.
Exactly. Like they matter to you.
Okay, so we've covered a lot here. The importance of being authentic, giving genuine compliments, respecting space, being present, and what's really cool is how all these things are connected.
They are.
It's like they build on each other
like pieces of a puzzle.
to create this foundation for real attraction,
For a healthy, sustainable attraction.
where both people feel valued and respected.
Exactly.
And what I appreciate about this video is that it doesn't sugarcoat things.
What do you mean?
Like, it acknowledges that attraction can be scary.
Oh, yeah.
There's that fear of rejection.
a big one.
Right. And it gives you advice for how to deal with it.
That's so important
Okay.
because we've all been there.
Yeah.
We've all felt that vulnerability.
I know I have. The video says to reframe rejection as an opportunity,
Okay.
not as a personal failure. Like, instead of thinking something's wrong with me,
Right.
you think, okay, maybe we just weren't a good match.
It takes a sting out of it.
It does. And it helps you move on.
It frees you up
Yeah.
to find someone who is a good match.
Who appreciates you and reciprocates your feelings.
Exactly.
Rejection isn't a sign that you're not worthy of love.
It's more like a redirection.
Towards a more fulfilling connection.
Sometimes it leads you to someone even better than you imagined.
Wow, that's powerful. This video has given us so much to think about.
It really has.
From those initial sparks to navigating the complexities of attraction.
all of it.
But I think one of the biggest takeaways for me is the emphasis on self-awareness.
I agree. Knowing yourself is so important.
Throughout the video, they keep coming back to it. understanding your needs, your values.
And that's crucial for life in general.
Not just dating.
Exactly.
It's about recognizing your strengths,
Mm-hmm.
acknowledging areas where you can grow,
Yeah.
and being comfortable in your own skin.
That's self-assuredness.
Yeah.
That's what allows you to connect with others from a place of authenticity.
It's like you're not trying to be someone you're not.
Exactly. And when you're grounded in yourself,
Yeah.
you don't need to seek validation from other people.
You attract people who like you for you.
That's the goal, right?
It is. And I think that's such a beautiful message to take away from this
It is.
as we navigate this whole attraction and relationship thing.
For sure.
But before we wrap up, there's one last thing from the video I want to touch on.
Okay, what's that?
Body language.
Ah, yes. The unspoken language.
So powerful.
It can say so much about how we're feeling.
And the video talks about paying attention to things like eye contact,
Right.
posture, how you carry yourself.
I love this. Imagine someone walking into a room, head held high, shoulders back, a genuine smile,
They just radiate
and
confidence.
warmth.
It's magnetic.
It is. It draws people in.
Like they're saying, I'm happy to be here.
Exactly. And that energy, it's contagious.
It is. But let's be honest. Not everyone feels that confident naturally.
That's true.
So how do you cultivate that? Especially when you're approaching someone you like.
You know, sometimes it's not about faking it till you make it.
Okay.
It's about focusing on the things you can control,
Like what?
like your posture,
Okay.
standing up straight, making eye contact, smiling.
Even if you're feeling nervous inside.
Those little things, they can actually make you feel more confident.
Interesting.
It's like a mind-body connection.
Yeah.
When you project confidence physically, your mind starts to believe it too.
It's like you're sending a message to yourself.
You got this.
And that can change how you approach those interactions.
Especially with someone you're attracted to.
And confidence, it's not about being perfect.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
It's about embracing your imperfections.
And being comfortable with who you are.
Being authentic.
That's what's truly attractive. It all goes back to one of the key points from the video,
What's that?
dress to impress.
I see it now. When you dress in a way that makes you feel good, it gives you that extra confidence.
Exactly, like putting on your best self. Not for someone else, but for you.
Yeah, and then that confidence, it just shines through.
And how you walk, how you talk, everything.
This video has been amazing. So much info about attracting your crush.
It really has.
First impressions, body language, handling rejection.
We covered it all.
But I keep coming back to this idea of authenticity.
Me too. It's woven through the whole video.
It is. Being genuine, letting your true self shine through.
That's what's going to attract someone who truly gets you.
Yeah, who appreciates you for you.
Exactly. Not someone who wants to change you.
It's about finding someone who loves your quirks and imperfections.
Those are what make you unique.
Exactly. And that kind of acceptance, that's the foundation for a strong connection.
It is. A real lasting bond.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with something to think about.
Okay, I'm listening.
If you could attract anyone, not just your crush, but anyone in the world,
Wow, that's a big one.
what qualities would make them irresistible to you?
Ooh, that's a good question.
What would make your heart skip a beat?
It makes you think deeper,
Mm.
right? Beyond just the surface stuff.
Yeah, because attraction, it's more than just looks or shared interests.
It's about finding someone who compliments you.
Who challenges you, pushes you to grow.
And someone you do that for in return.
That's beautiful. So, as you're out there navigating the world of love,
Mm-hmm.
remember, be authentic, be kind, be confident,
And most importantly,
be yourself.
yes.
Don't be afraid to go for it. You never know what amazing connections are waiting out there.
So true. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time.